It was a Thursday morning at the office. I was halfway through my first coffee when my inbox pinged with a new message. The subject line read, "Response, removing the problem." The sender was someone in upper management I'd never spoken to directly. My name wasn't in the "to" field, but it was in the CC. At first I thought it was a mistake. I opened it. Inside was a chain of emails, most of them between people I'd only seen at company-wide meetings. Big titles, big decisions, the kind of names you didn't just email casually. And right there, in black and white, was the first line of the latest reply. "We need to finalize the plan by Friday. She's been here long enough. Now she's a liability." Below that, in parentheses, was my name. I read it 3 times, the words blurring, until the screen seemed to shrink around them. Another reply from a different executive. "Agreed. I can arrange for her to be gone without making it public. It will be cleaner this way." Gone, cleaner. Liability. I scrolled further down the chain, looking for context. The earliest email was from a week ago. She's been asking too many questions about the numbers project. If she keeps digging, it could cause problems for all of us. I'd never heard of the numbers project. Before I could process it, a new reply landed. Why is she CC'd on this? Seconds later, too late. She's already seen it. Or maybe she hasn't. The thread went silent after that. The rest of the day was thick with unease. Conversations cut short when I entered the break room. People kept glancing my way, but no one said anything. At lunch, the email vanished from my inbox entirely, deleted from my trash, my archives, even the server backups I could access. But I had taken screenshots. If they didn't know for certain whether I'd seen it, that was my advantage. I could play dumb while I figured out what the numbers project was, and why it was worth erasing me. The break came when Peter from finance stopped by my desk, flustered and in a hurry. He left behind his security badge. That badge had server room clearance. I stayed behind long after everyone had left for the day, and that's when I made my move. Inside the server room, I searched for Numbers Project. A single folder appeared. The main directory was locked, but a mirrored drive wasn't. The files weren't financial. They were surveillance logs, thousands of them. Every employee had a file tracking their movements, messages, searches, calls, even transcribed conversations. When I found my own file, it was the largest by far. Webcam captures, screenshots of my laptop, GPS data from my phone. At the bottom, in bold, risk assessment, high, subject suspects existence of numbers, project recommended action, remove. The lights flickered, the CFO stepped inside. "Figured it was you," he said calmly. "You've been careful, but not careful enough." I asked why the surveillance. He didn't answer. Instead, he pulled up a camera feed showing my apartment. Someone was inside. "The numbers project isn't about numbers," he said. "It's about control, predicting problems before they happen, and removing them." He gestured toward the door. "Go home, it's already done." When I got home, nothing was missing, except my personal laptop, the one with screenshots. The next morning, I showed up to work early, determined to keep my composure until I had a plan. But when I swiped my badge at the lobby turnstile, it flashed red. I tried again. Same result. The security guard approached. "You'll need to come with me." At the front desk, he handed me a plain envelope. Inside, termination of employment, effective immediately. No reason given, no signature. "Your access has been revoked," he said flatly. "Someone will mail your personal items." I walked out into the morning air, the city moving on like nothing had happened, clutching that envelope. They didn't call HR. They didn't give an exit interview. They just erased me. And just like that, the position and the career I'd built was gone. But one thought kept looping in my mind as I walked away. What could they possibly be using all that data for? And if they went this far to silence me for uncovering the numbers project, I couldn't stop wondering how they've dealt with others who only had the slightest hint of its existence.